What's up, YouTube? I'm Adam Odell, Chief Investment Strategist of moneyandmarkets.com and founder and editor of Green Zone Fortunes. And we are here, my research analyst, Matt Clark, and I are here one more week for Ask Adam Anything, where we take questions from our current subscribers as well as our YouTube viewers. Anybody that would like to leave a comment here in our YouTube videos or email us. Matt will give you the email address in a moment. But we take pretty much any question you are interested in asking me, and I will give you my best answer. So with that, Matt, I'll let you take it away.
Thanks. And again, appreciate you coming back for another week here. And I love doing this because it's a great opportunity just to really get inside the mind of Adam Odell. And we do take reader questions all the time. Love to get them. You can email us at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. That is the way to get them to us. And I'm actually going to do one today. Last week, it was kind of my own personal question. This time around, I'm actually going to dig into the file and get one. And I've got one for you. And this is related to a question we got emailed about what is your opinion on HNHAY Precision Industry Company. It trades over the counter. The ticker symbol is HNHPF. Now, that may sound obscure. And I know as soon as I say what it is, you know what it is, but let me give it a little bit of background before you kind of reveal the broader here. So this is a company that manufactures and sells and services connectors, cases, thermal modules, wired and wireless communications projects and products, optical power products, power supply modules. They do a very wide range of things in terms of wireless and wired communications. So we're talking about cell phones. We're talking about 5G. We're talking about 4G. We're talking about all that wide-ranging thing. And I'll tell you that HNHAY Precision Industry is not what it's most commonly referred to as. This company is more commonly referred to as Foxconn. And people here in the States may recognize it as some years ago, this company built a major manufacturing facility in Wisconsin to start working with, I believe, Apple to develop products, to build out products they're building out for Apple. So, Adam, what is your opinion on HNHAY Precision Industry, otherwise known as Foxconn?
Yeah, so Foxconn obviously has a long history. It was founded almost 50 years ago, certainly known as a big overseas manufacturer. A lot of people think it's a Chinese company. It's actually a Taiwanese company, although they have more factories in China than any other country, but they certainly have factories in around a dozen different countries. So they're what's called a contract manufacturer. So they're not manufacturing their own design products. They're basically, if you see an iPhone, it says that it's designed in California and manufactured in China. So that's basically what Foxconn does is manufacture other companies' goods on a contract basis. So they've manufactured everything from the BlackBerry, iPad, iPhones, Kindles, Nintendos, Google Pixel devices, PlayStations, Xboxes. So tons of different types of electronics. They are going to be integral to the 5G movement. So they're doing a lot of, technologies and electronic hardware around the 5G devices, as well as semiconductors. So they've moved a little bit more into the high-end semiconductor manufacturing space as well, which is probably a good, reason to look at it now because we have this chip shortage. So you see, a lot of new cars sitting on the lots that can't be sold because they're still waiting for their chips to come in. So certainly now is the time to kind of look at the chip manufacturers, and perhaps Foxconn is one of those. So obviously the standard shares trade on the Taiwanese stock exchange and also on the London stock exchange. You can buy them over the counter in the US. Do a little bit of due diligence. I saw two different ticker symbols for over the counter. The person that wrote in and asked this question quoted the ticker symbol HNHPF. I actually found also the ticker symbol HNHAY. So check with your broker and see which one is more liquidly traded. But we actually have rated this stock on the Green Zone 6-factor rating model. So if you go to moneymarkets.com, in the top right-hand corner, you'll see a search box. If you click in that search box where it says Green Zone Ratings, type in the symbol. This particular one is HNHAY. We'll give you the rating for Foxconn on our website. And you'll see that it is overall rated a strong bullish 84 overall, which is a very strong score. Again, our 6-factor model rates between 0 and 100. 100 is the strongest. And it also gives you the 6 individual factor scores. So The two worst scores for Foxconn are on size and momentum. So right now, obviously Foxconn is a very large company, so that's going to get a lower size rating. Its momentum, it's not in a strong uptrend right now. It's been pretty choppy sideways for a number of years. So it gets a 37 out of 100 on momentum. However, it gets very positive scores on the other four out of 6 factors. So volatility, it's rated 94 out of 100, which is excellent. Value, it's rated 97 out of 100, again, excellent. And then it gets very solid scores of 71 and 74 on quality and growth. So if you look at some of the individual metrics that give Foxconn those high ratings, we have a price to earnings ratio of 6.5, very cheap. Price to book of 1.24, also very cheap. Its price to sales and cash flow are even more favorable. As far as its net margin, it's a pretty slim margin. It's about a 2.2% net profit margin, which is rather slim, but kind of what's to be expected in a contract manufacturer like that. Its current ratio, meaning its ability to pay its debt servicing fees, or cost is very good as well. Its inventory turnover is good. It has a rather low CapEx as a percentage of its revenue, which is actually good as well. And it pays a dividend that's equal to about 3.6% yield. So overall, I would say that with an 84 out of 100 rating and a strong bullish, it's certainly worth a look. Now, I haven't been able to do a company this large certainly requires, I will say, and also controversial, requires some due diligence. So you've seen controversy over the working conditions. There's obviously the factory fire and a number of very tragic deaths related to that, and suicides as well related to the working conditions. Also, you mentioned the plant in Wisconsin. And I think that was a case that got a lot of people upset as well. They basically came over to the U.S. promising, I think it was around 13,000 new jobs. And when all was said and done, it was more like 1,400. So certainly it was an example of overpromise and under-deliver, as is often the case with companies that want to come into a market and get tax incentives and promise jobs. But that's kind of an aside. But certainly with an 84 out of 100 rating, it's worth the due diligence. I haven't done the due diligence that I would require to fully vet and recommend the stock. But with an 84 out of 100, it's certainly absolutely worth a look. And the fact that they're in high-end electronic manufacturing, which is going to get a lot of demand from 5G and the chip shortage in general, I certainly think it's worth a look.
And, I saw that, and I thought about all the different things. I think you're dead on here in terms of, it's a company that, once you find out what it's really called, it does have a lot of name recognition here in the U.S., even though they just have their first factory here in the U.S. But I think you're dead on here that a company like this is going to require a lot of extra looking before you decide whether you want to make an investment, because there's a lot of other factors here. It's not just fundamental. It's not just technical. You really have to get into the nitty gritty. This is a big company that's based in Taipei City, Taiwan. Factories are everywhere: China, Taiwan, the U.S., Europe, and they service a lot of different companies. So yeah, I think, Adam, you're right on the money. That it scores very well. You're right. It scores. We're strong bullish, but you have to do your homework. You've really got to look deep here. So I definitely appreciate that analysis, and thank you to the reader who had the question. Definitely appreciate that. Again, you can send those questions. Any question you'd like to ask of Adam O'Dell, do so. You can email feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We'll flash that email address down below here. And again, if you want to know more about the Green Zone rating system, go to our website, moneyandmarkets.com. And if you go up in the right corner, you'll see a little search bar. You type in any ticker that you can think of, and you type that up, and it'll bring up the Green Zone rating, and it'll give you a nice explanation as to what those ratings mean, what the overall score is. You'll get a stock chart. You'll see some of the fundamentals of the company, as well as anything that we have published related to that company. So it's definitely a great tool if you're getting started, trying to look for a company, do some research, and figure out what your next investment might be. It is definitely a way to get started. That's at moneymarkets.com, and just go to the search bar and check that out. So Adam, again, appreciate your time. Thanks so much. We're going to do this again next week, as we do each and every week, where I sit down with Chief Investment Strategist Adam O'Dell. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, and then click that notification bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video. We've got the Marijuana Market Update. We've got Investing with Charles. We have the Bull and the Bear podcast. We have a new membership community where we give more insight into cannabis investing. You can click join and find out more about that as well. So Adam, thank you so much. Chief Investment Strategist Adam O'Dell joining us every week for Ask Adam Anything. Until next time, I'm Matt Clark. I'm research analyst for Money and Markets. Safe trading, everyone.